So I had this engaging conversation with B as well. So welcome to this podcast. I'd shared before in the previous podcast that I'm going to be sharing about some of the strategic conversations I've had in the past, did I say past quarter? Yeah. So you should be listening to this in March or whenever you're listening to it. I had the conversation in December, or I think it was 1st of January or early January of 2026. But I feel like it's okay for us to have the conversations now. So I'm not sharing the actual sessions we had for the sake of maintaining the customers or customer, I'll say, whether you're paying or not, you're my customer in one way or the other. Confidentiality, I don't want to break confidentiality. However, there are highlights I think we should be picking up on. So I'm going to talk about the conversation I had with B. I'm not going to tell you what B's name is, but his gender is that he's a he. And there's a reason why I'm sharing the gender. We were talking, unfortunately, he lost his spouse. And so he's a widower. When a woman loses a spouse, she's a widow. When a man loses a spouse, he's a widower. And so we got talking, and he was sharing about the things that are not always transparent to us. But after the loss, it became very clear that, of course, of course, there was the emotional loss, right? There was the fact that now he had to be caring for the kids alone. And I won't tell you the number of kids they had, but he had to be caring for the kids alone. And the other part that is silent that not many people talk about was that now we had to be carrying the financial burden alone. That part we don't talk about as often as we should. So after the passing of B's spouse, who was the one that handled their family finances? She was responsible. B basically just went and made money and he wasn't looking to see how it was spent. Unfortunately, his spouse, who was the more financially savvy one, passed. Then, unfortunately, again, he also lost his job due to a few political changes, and he was having challenges with securing new employment. So, at the same time, at that time, living costs surged. There was 100% increase in rent. The school fees for the kids increased. So there was pressure everywhere. And so one of the things B said that made me go like, wow, he said that he realized that in the past he had spent millions without planning properly. And so he was able to now see, so because when we are talking with some people, they are just like, oh, money now, water, we can, but anyhow, the money will come, right? But ah, amen, the money will come. But God that gave you the money requires you to steward the money properly. So it's a lesson we should learn from B. We are going to, when the money is coming, one thing that I've learned is that it seems to be cyclical. There's a period of abundance. But what you're supposed to do in the period of abundance, yes, enjoy, flex, but make sure that you are saving towards the years when it's lean. And I shared some lessons from the Bible with B. I'm going to share that in a subsequent podcast. So I hope you will listen. So let's just pick highlight some important lessons that we can learn from this conversation with B. The first and foremost, everyone needs basic financial literacy, irrespective of who it is that is managing the resources at home. Whether you're a woman that is pampered by a husband, or a man whose wife is so financially savvy, at least put eye for waiting then they do. Have a general idea. Don't be this over sheltered person that cannot function without the other person. I know that there's this thing of wanting to rely on the other person's strength, but work on your own weakness as well. Don't just go like, oh, this person's strength perfectly covers my weaknesses. Yes, they are still going to be stronger, but at least let your weakness be strong enough to stand alone if required, right? Make sure that you document your financial information like the accounts, your investments, whatever insurances you have, whatever debts you have, and make sure that they're in a place that is accessible for anyone that needs to access them at some point. Then look at diversifying your income streams. to reduce dependence on a single job or system. Then also plan for uncertainty as life changes suddenly. So we can't plan for all uncertainties. The only plan we can have for all uncertainties that is infallible is to depend on God or do the best you really absolutely can. Right. Then learn before you invest. I will speak more about that in a subsequent podcast. Strategy beats emotion every time. Make sure that you have a strategy when you're investing. While loss is painful, you don't have to add financial confusion to it if you are strategic in the way you engage, right? So if you have any questions regarding finances, going to be a link in the description, in the charts, whatever you call it, there's going to be a description where you can book for a 15-minute clarity session. That's free. Afterwards, you will need to pay for additional time. We have a community on WhatsApp where we talk about money, where we do money, we have limited conversations. It's called AMA Money Matters. You're invited to join us. And of course, you can follow us across on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, uh, Threads, and our handle everywhere is OAA, 3A's Ventures. It's on the screen as well. So we look forward to hearing from you, and I wish you the best, all the best. Thank you.